Hello, welcome to the video. Today we're going to talk about supporting hesitant employees. We already talked about coaching, but now we're going to take a little twist and we're going to talk about coaching through uncertainty and how you can use clarity and encouragement to help a hesitant employee. By the end of the video, we'll be able to spot early signs of hesitation in someone and use curiosity instead of correction to help build confidence in our hesitant employees so they can find success. Before we dive in, let's differentiate a hesitant employee versus a disengaged employee. In this video, we're really going to focus on our hesitant employees. So here's how we might identify a hesitant employee. They may lack confidence about an aspect of the job. You may see that they really dive in when it comes to lobby life and they're more than willing to clean all of the things. But when it comes to calling leads, they may not really want to do it. They're going to lack a little bit of confidence. If you have a conversation with them and you dig in, what's the concern when it comes to leads? You may ultimately end up with something that sounds like some version of what if I'm wrong? What if they ask me a question and I don't know? What if I don't know where to find this on the computer and they're on the phone? Ultimately, these folks want to do well, but that what if I'm wrong narrative really gets in the way of them pulling the trigger and trying. So they want to do well, but they need your support. This is different from a disengaged employee in a few ways. A disengaged employee may not be interested in certain aspects of their job, rather than lacking confidence. And this may result in them not really being concerned about meeting their goals or not meeting their goals. Our disengaged folks may need different interventions in addition to support to re-engage them, so we'll handle disengaged employees in a different video. For now, be able to identify your hesitant friends. Alright, so let's dig into really specific behaviors that we can look for so we can start spotting hesitation early and you can intervene early. They may be quiet during role play or participation. They're really trying to watch and understand. They're too nervous to dig in because remember, they're too nervous to be wrong. You may find that they ask for permission a lot, or they ask, am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? A lot. They're likely overcautious or apologetic when they need help or they ask for help. In anything new, they may have nervousness that's associated with that. So when we see these behaviors, it's best to approach the situation with curiosity. It's important to understand if they are really just fearful and it's that I don't want to be wrong that's getting in the way of their success. So let's say we've identified some behaviors and we've identified a hesitant employee. We want to approach the situation with curiosity and we want to coach them through their uncertainty. Here's some phrases that we can use to really try to hone in on what's happening. What part of this, what aspect of this task makes them feel uncomfortable? You can just ask, what part feels unclear? You can say, what's one thing you'd feel comfortable trying today? So maybe they're comfortable making phone calls if someone is standing next to them, right? What's one thing you'd feel comfortable trying so that we can dip our toes in the water? And then offer role play. Do you want to practice together before we go live? Ultimately, hesitant employees need us to build their belief, not just their skills. They likely have the skills. The real issue is that they have a limiting belief, and that's what you're trying to coach through. Okay, here's what a nice little roadmap might look like. We've identified a hesitant employee. We've clarified exactly where that fear, that hesitancy is coming from. We've coached them through it. Let's just focus on calling leads today and answering their questions about OTF. We can build from there, right? If their fear is, what do I do when they ask how much money it is and then they say no? Let's just focus on answering their questions about OTF, and we can build from there. Once we get a little mini milestone, we can celebrate and then go again. And then we clarify, coach, celebrate, and go again. Ultimately, the more that folks engage in the behavior, the more they're going to realize that there's not that much to fear, and then their hesitancy is going to go away. All right, so let's set a goal together to figure out how to either identify an employee who may be hesitant, or if you already have someone in mind, set a goal on spending time with your employee to clarify the hesitancy, spend time practicing and coaching, and develop a plan to build their confidence. And remember, you may have an employee that is the best at 9 tasks and they meet all their goals and they're flying under your radar, but there's one thing that they may be hesitant about. Don't overlook a star employee's hesitancy just because they're really doing almost everything right. 9 out of 10, right? Pay attention to all of your employees. All right, let's wrap up. Remember, a hesitant employee wants to do well and they need support. They may feel great about one aspect of their job and hesitant about another. Remember, our big block when it comes to hesitant employees is their confidence, not necessarily their skills. So as you coach them, build their confidence so that they can use the skills that they likely already have to drive their performance. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.